When I talk about those years, it is as though I am relating a nightmare, a very bad dream. I separate myself from it ever having happened to me.
From 1933 to 1945, the Nazis murdered 6 million Jews, including 1.5 million children. 5 million non-Jews were also murdered, among them gypsies, homosexuals, Jehovah's Witnesses, Christian activists, and anyone else deemed politically or racially undesirable. One young girl who lived through 6.5 years in concentration and transit camps was Marion Blumenthal Lazan. At the time of her liberation, she was 10 years old and weighed 35 pounds. Today, Marion travels the world to tell her story, fully aware that she is part of the last generation of living Holocaust survivors.
They say that one of the best ways to learn about something is to experience it, unless the experience is so horrifying that you wouldn't wish it upon your worst enemy. In that case, the next best way to learn is to listen carefully to someone who has experienced it firsthand. You're about to step back in time to a terrible period of world history. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lazan.
It was pitch black, bitter cold, rainy night. I remember it well. And we were pulled out of those cattle cars. I remember holding a rag doll in my arms. Later on became more rag than doll. I remember my brother, always close by my side. He was always very protective of me. I remember there was a girl who wanted my doll, and I wouldn't give it to her. And my brother helped me to defend myself. Death was constant. We often tripped and fell over the dead people. I passed my time with make-believe games. And there was one game, it was a game of superstition, which became very important to me. I decided that if I were to find 4 pebbles of about the same size and shape, that would mean that the 4 members of my family would all survive, my mother, my father, my brother, and I. It was a hard game to play. What if I didn't find the 3rd or 4th pebble? I was afraid that might mean that 1 or 2 of my family members would not pull through. But somehow this game gave me something to hold on to, some distant hope. I am sure that you realize, you feel it, that it's difficult for me to talk about those horrendous years. I've done it many times. It has not become easier. But I realize the importance of talking about it. You, the students, are the very last generation that will hear the story firsthand. I therefore ask you to please share my story with your friends, with your relatives, you the students, someday with your children. And only if we have respect and tolerance for one another in the countries can there be peace in the world. Let us build bridges and reach out to one another.